Greetings. My name is Thais Sherrill, the author of Between the Pages, Where Trials Become Triumph. And today I'm going to read you another book excerpt, and I'm going to read the chapter entitled Something More. Jesse kept me up to date with my parents. He told them that I was okay, and that I had planned everything out before I took off with my bags. Though I was 17 and able to live on my own at the time, Daddy told Jesse that he was heartbroken that I took off the way I did. Still, he was proud that I had a job, an apartment, and was moving forward in life. And to show that he still loved me, he sent me a check to help out in my first dwelling. So there I was, 17, an independent light Gidget. But she never had checkups from friends like Clyde. Every now and then, Clyde stopped by to make sure things were well with me. However, one night, he caught me off guard. He didn't just stop by to check on me. This night, Clyde entered my room with a suitcase. I was very thankful for his friendship and his support, but I did not want him to live with me. I was finally free on my own, and besides, Daddy always warned me about men wanting to shack up with women. This particular night, Clyde had a strange look that I had never noticed before. I felt frightened. I began to reflect on all the gifts Clyde started buying me before I ran away. Wasn't he just being nice, or was Daddy correct? And Clyde wanted something more. Well, if I wasn't sure before, I was once Clyde climbed into my bed. As he lay next to me, Clyde started to tell me sad stories about himself and his wife. As I listened, my guard was let down. Instead of feeling frightened, I now felt so bad for how his wife treated him. With each one of his sobs, I embraced the pain even more. Clyde, my older friend, this stranger, he was there for me when I needed help. How could I turn him away this night or the many nights that followed? And just like that, my virginity, the innocence that Daddy warned Clyde would take, he took. A soul tie was made that first night of intimacy. And though I had no desire to be Clyde's girlfriend or side boo, that was exactly what I had become. It was crazy. I never liked dark men. Why would I when I hated my own dark skin? But here I was, caught in a soul tie with a dark-skinned man who had a complex about his color that was greater than mine. Clyde was 6 feet and 2 inches, well-dressed and loved by everyone around him, so it seemed. To most women, Clyde was the walking billboard for Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. He had swag and dance moves that could send women into heat. In addition to his physical attributes, Clyde had a good job working for McCall magazine. So, of course, no one would consider that he had a darker side. Clyde assumed an unexpected role in my life. He was no longer the wise, caring friend that he was when I first met him. Clyde became this insecure pit bull that hovered over me, controlling me and my every move. Every day I would wake up and go to work. I seemed to be happy-go-lucky. As I came and went about my day on the streets of New York City, people would stop me and tell me, oh, how pretty I was. This attention was so different than my earlier years in school. Maybe Daddy was right after all. Maybe I was a black princess and the kids in school just couldn't see it because of their own insecurities. Being black was in, and I was definitely enjoying my share of the attention. It was glorious to constantly hear the airways filled with James Brown melodious funk. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Times were changing. My new independence brought new needs and desires. So I decided it was time to change jobs. I located a job agency and went in to sign up for new employment opportunities. I completed the paperwork and was told that someone would be in contact with me soon. I thanked them and returned home. Sure enough, on the next day there was a knock on the door. I looked out and was greeted by the Caucasian man who ran the job agency. Too young to be totally confused with this personal outreach, I opened the door eagerly. He informed me that he came by because he had a job for me and needed my signature on a sheet that I had forgotten to sign. I believed him. What I couldn't believe was what happened next. Is your boyfriend home? The man inquired. He's at work, I responded. Why did he need to know that? Are you alone? Yes. Why? I tried to reply, but the man grabbed me and pushed me inside my apartment. I was too shocked to scream or fight him off. He tried to convince me that I was the prettiest black girl that he had ever seen, and he could not help himself. I dazed out as he indulged himself in the exoticness of my black frame. And when he fulfilled his fancy, he promised me that if I kept his secret, he would make it up to me. I told no one. And for the most part, the agency boss kept his word. He found me a good job, an easy job, which afforded that his secret would be kept. It was a great setup because my new boss was always overseas, leaving me to run the office as I was the only one who actually worked there. So there I was in an office where I answered phones, slept, and slipped into a new state of depression. I'm going to pause right there in that chapter, something more. And I'm going to encourage you to go out and get the book Between the Pages. If you check out on my website, this Saturday through Tuesday, I will be giving away free Kindle editions. Now, you don't need an actual Kindle to be able to download Kindle books. All you have to do is download the app onto your phone, your tablet, or your computer, and you can enjoy the books. There are also print versions available, and you can get all of this on Amazon.com and search for Thais Sherrill, Between the Pages, Where Trials Become Triumph. And if you forget that, you can always go on our webpage at www.N-Spired, N-S-P-I-R-E-D, 101.com. So N-Spired without the I. So it's www.inspired101.com. Something more. Yes, some of you are out there and you've been in that situation recently. We found out about this big epidemic with the Me Too issue. What's going on? Well, yeah, what's going on is that people in position, people who feel they have an authority over you, they take advantage. And it's not just for women only. No, it happens to men. It happens to boys. It happens to girls. It can happen to anyone. I want you to get this book. I want you to read it. And I want you to find yourself. And I want you to overcome, just as Joyce overcomes at the end of the book. And then we're going to gather together in a couple of months and we are going to enjoy a really good teaching. I'm going to break down each chapter for you. And we're going to dig in really deep so that we can uproot anything that might be holding you back. And if you are having an event and you want me to come in and do a special workshop for you and your group, you're free to welcome me at inspired101.com. Once again, www.nspired101.com, or join us on our Facebook page, facebook.com /inspired101, and enjoy us for some inspirational quotes. I'm looking forward to talking to you more about Between the Pages, Where Trials Become Triumph. Because guess what? Misery has an expected end. and I want to walk you through it.